Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by Message OS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
Message OS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co. Daryl Merrill, you and I both work from home, and we have for about 2 or 3, I don't know, you about a year since you had Beckham and left. Yeah, since January. So let me ask you, do you prefer working from home, having your own space where you can focus, it's easier, it's more convenient, or do you like being in an office? Do you like going in and being with people and working with people? Which do you like more?
I like a mix, honestly. I tell my wife this all the time. I really enjoy like the office feel, but I really enjoy working from home. But I like both. And I think there's value in both. I think sometimes working from home, I get more done because there's no one to bug me. There's no one, like, I get more deep work done, right? Mm-hmm. But then when you're in office, it feels like you want to communicate with your coworkers, and so you don't always get as much done. But like when you are getting stuff done, when you have like meetings and stuff, it's super valuable to be in person too. I think the physical presence of someone makes those meetings a little bit more valuable.
Yeah. So just yesterday, or not just yesterday, like 2 days ago, we were actually in a co-working space because we were meeting with a client and their Wi-Fi went out in their office. And so we went over to a co-working space where there was a lot of different people. There's a lot of different rooms. Can you guess what we're talking about today?
Yeah. Which ones? So we went to Spaces. So maybe that one. Are we going to talk about?
Yes.
And then WeWork?
Yes, correct. WeWork and Spaces. Yes, nice. 100%. Dang, you nailed it. Yes. So co-working communities, co-working spaces, I think probably popularized by WeWork, though they were not the first to do it. So tell me what you know about WeWork. What have you heard? Have you watched that Apple TV? No, dude. Oh, I mean, like, they were the first big one. I think they were the first one that kind of like popularized it, maybe created the mass market for it. But I think there was some, I think Spaces actually was before. They were founded before and were doing similar stuff. But WeWork definitely proved the model for sure. What do you know about WeWork? Have you heard about Adam Newman? Have you heard about all the crazy stuff? Yes. Okay.
Yes. I mean, he's fired, came back. I think he's currently there as their CEO. He's not
actually. He's
not anymore?
No, he left. So if you haven't, and if you have Apple TV Plus, there's a great show about like the rise and fall of WeWork called, I think, We Crashed is what it's called.
Yeah, I know, but he's now back, I'm pretty sure.
Is he?
Yeah, because he crashed, but then oh no, never mind. John Santora is the current CEO of WeWork. Okay.
Yeah. So Adam Newman founded it with his co-founder Miguel in New York City, and they wanted to create a physical social network where people could work and collaborate and kind of build communities and all that stuff. I think originally, or maybe not originally, but at one point, the part of the plan was like create an actual like live and work community where like you could go down to work, but then you could also go up and like rent a room and like kind of like a hotel or something like that. Kind of crazy. Wow. And so they like quickly bought up a bunch of real estate in New York, and then SoftBank came and backed them. And so they had a whole bunch of money. and their evaluation peaked at like $47 billion.
No way.
$47 billion. But then when they tried to IPO and all these investors in Wall Street came poking around and wanted to know what was going on, they found some crazy stuff that was all just based off of Adam Newman's neurotic craziness. Like, he's investing in all these companies, like his friend's whiskey company, or not a whiskey company, but like he's investing in these companies that are totally not related to WeWork. And so the company had like exploded early on, $47 billion. And then they had a failed IPO. And then after that, like, completely crashed. Like, overexpansion, governance issues. Newman had really controversial leadership. And then SoftBank, their primary backer, had to come in and it basically infused billions of dollars to keep the company afloat. Now they're doing a little bit better, but they had a really rocky start. So kind of crazy.
Cameron, I think we need to get together and watch that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Dude, it's such a good series. Super good. Totally would recommend it. It's a series.
It's not just a movie.
No, series. It's so good. So good. But yes, you were right. We went to Spaces on Tuesday. We went to Spaces on Wednesday. We went to Spaces. They were founded in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. And they are publicly traded on the London Stock Exchange, which I didn't really know existed. But yeah, they were started by a Dutch team who wanted to like rethink traditional office working environments. So they wanted to like blend design and community and lifestyle. And so essentially they wanted to create workspaces for like entrepreneurs and creatives and stuff like that. So
I think it's a fun idea. Yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of value in it. I mean, especially for entrepreneurs, like if you like working from home and then you want to have your meetings in person, like it's a good thing. I have a hard time with it because it's expensive. It's like, I'm really going to like spend that much money just to go to a third place. Like, I don't know. It's difficult for me, but there's a lot of value in it too. So great ideas, great team working ability. I like how a lot of them have like a cafeteria or some sort of food. I don't think those are differentiating factors though. Like it just feels like easy dropping, like anybody could do that. Anybody could add that. It feels like a really hard one to differentiate. Like how, like, I don't know what I would do to make my office space different.
Let's take a look at how they do it, shall we?
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's look at Spaces first. So this is Spaces' website here. So similar to Turo and Enterprise and Vrbo and Airbnb, like here above the fold, you've got in the hero section, you've got like, you know, a space where you have a field where you can type in like Salt Lake City or wherever you guys are at to like find locations. But their H1 says, inspiring workspaces for businesses of any size. H2 says, join a thriving community of professionals to get to work in offices, co-working spaces, and meetings in over 620 locations around the globe. Interesting. What are your first thoughts?
Well, my first thought is it's not just initially book here.
Sure, find spaces.
I love that. They have messaging.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good. I think it's nothing special. I think maybe this is similar to just whichever one's closest to you. So like location-based diversification. But if you're going to grow, that would be really hard. I mean, It wouldn't, like, you want to grow because you want to be closer to people. So kind of the strategy of quick quack or, like it's more of a business strategy though. So I don't know if this has very much in terms of differentiation. What do you think, Cameron?
I don't know. Let's scroll down and see what so the next headline is, we offer creative working environments with a unique entrepreneurial spirit. What do you think a unique entrepreneurial spirit is, Daryl? What does that even mean?
Well, I'm unique, Cameron. My entrepreneurial spirit is unique.
So
Nobody else
unique.
would like me.
The most unique entrepreneurial spirit in the world.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I'm like, great. I love that they say we offer creative working environments. I think that's good, but like a unique entrepreneurial spirit, like I have no idea what that means. They do list
I
their
have ideas,
offers.
Cameron.
You have ideas? What are your ideas?
Yeah, I know what I would do. Let's keep going.
Okay. So down below, they have all the different types of spaces they offer, like office space, co-working memberships, dedicated desk, virtual office. What the frick is a virtual office if it's a physical location? I have no idea. Meeting rooms. And then you drive down and then you scroll down, it's nearby locations, so showing stuff that's near you. More than simply a place to plug in your laptop is what the next headline says. Oh, dude, here we go. They're teeing this up so good for us. What really makes spaces unique is the community. Oh my gosh. Is the community we've worked to cultivate. Dude. Oh my gosh.
The community. Oh,
The
wow.
community. Oh my gosh. Like, what's the community? Is it a bunch of ex-cons? What's so unique about it? Oh, add an international network of mobile workspaces and a full calendar of business events. Okay. So yeah, I haven't even looked at WeWorks yet, and I'm already bracing for impact. Should we transfer over to WeWork?
Yes, I just want to plug here. This is a huge missed opportunity because WeWork, if this was on WeWork's page, I'd be like, all right, like they're huge, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if I'm looking up a workplace, a virtual, if I was looking up on Google to go find a co-working space, I would be looking up the name WeWork. Mm-hmm. Because I know it, the brand's recognizable. I would already have known it. Right. For spaces, I would not have looked up spaces.
I didn't know they existed until Wednesday.
I didn't either. Yeah. So they have to differentiate, in my opinion. If
100%.
this was on WeWorks, I'd be like, okay, they're still losing. Like, this isn't great. I'm upset. They can do better. But like, they're going to be okay.
Yeah. I totally agree. What does you ready for WeWork? Here we go. This is WeWork's website. So same thing. Here's their H1, made for work, built for business. H2, home to 500,000 members around the world, from entrepreneurs to global enterprises. Find out how our flexible office solutions can work for you.
Wow. That to me says, one, like they're trying to be better than everybody else, right? Home to 500,000 members. They're touting their largeness, how big they are.
Yeah. Yep. That's definitely big social proof. That's there's a lot of people who use this. That's great. Okay, moving down, discover a smarter way to work. There's a reason why there it is again, Dara. 500,000 members choose WeWork, from entrepreneurs to Fortune 500 companies. We empower businesses of all sizes navigating a new world of work. Okay. Find your perfect workspace that fits your needs. Scrolling down, then the same thing they show the types of spaces they offer: private office, co-working access, enterprise solutions. Trusted by the world's top companies with a whole bunch of big logos. Workspace made simple. What's your reaction here?
Yeah, I really don't like how they're just saying we're bigger and better than everybody. Like, we tell people this all the time, but you don't give yourself that title, right? Mm-hmm. I don't really care if I walk into WeWork. Like that, I don't care about that. Like that to me isn't solving a problem. And so I really think that they should, I don't know, they trying to like say you're better than everybody instead of just like showing what solutions you solve is a really amateur way to do this.
It's interesting. You do point out there's no problem language on either of their sites. They don't talk about the problem they solve.
That's a really good point. Yeah. They're not saying tired of working from home or That would be really good. That would be a really good thing to show here.
They almost do here. What do you think about this headline? So scrolling down on WeWork's site, it says enterprise-grade solutions to power your hybrid strategy. That part, hybrid strategy. Do you know? Okay, so go here with me. What do you think of this? The problem language could be about how employers want everyone to be in office, but employees want to work from home. And so having some type of co-working space where you could come and go as you please, I'm not sure, but like that could be an interesting problem.
Yeah.
That they could get into. Because that's a big topic right now is JP Morgan Chase like telling everyone to come back, and they don't really care if you come back or not because they'll fire you if you. So what do you think of that? Like, could that be their problem language?
Yeah, I think so. And I think also one way that these places could differentiate is like if you're consistently coming in. So like we've said, like generally you come to this place like on a one-off for a meeting or something. Mm-hmm. But if people are regulars, it's kind of like a sublease almost. But maybe like saying like, and this could be one of their differentiations. If they have open rooms often enough, it could almost be an office for someone. But obviously it's not their office. That could be one way. I don't love that, but just a thought I had.
Yeah. Okay. So, in terms of differentiation, I don't think there's any difference. There's no difference. I'm going to give them a 0. Yeah, I'm going to give them both 0 for differentiation. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's where you could maybe make a point of differentiation.
This is how they are, or what they could do.
What they could do. Okay, here's what they could do.
First, then mine. We're going to rate who's better, Cameron.
Okay, this is good. You could rate based off of the quality of real estate. Hang on, that's the wrong way to say it. You could have really premium, because like look right here on WeWork's website right now. Like it's this big building, there's lots of glass, it's modern architecture, it's pretty, it's beautiful, like the interior design is great. So you could differentiate yourself by like, I don't want to say interior design, but like the quality of the environment, like the quality of the architecture, the location. Sure. So you could go up market and differentiate yourself by just having really, really pretty locations, really well developed, well designed locations in really awesome buildings. And then you could
that conversely, a little hard for me though, Cameron.
But then but you could be Spaces and be like the tiny guy. And you could just say, hey, like, forget the coffee bar, forget the neon hustle signs, forget the big, lavish New York City penthouse vibe. And like, I'm just going to rent you some space in a building that might not be as glamorous, but you have a co-working space in some, like maybe not a strip mall. But you could go lower in the market because you were saying earlier it's like expensive. Anyway, so you could just differentiate by quality or whatever.
I guess that is a way to do that. I feel like almost all of them that I see are like trying to be nicer than the others.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A nicer space. So yeah, I could totally see that. I feel like it would be harder to be on the premium side on this one because it feels like they're all striving for that currently. Of like,
right.
When you come here, it's going to be nice. But going for the low end, that could be a differentiating factor.
Could be like, interesting.
That one could be different. Like, hey, like you just need a space to hang out. And
it's like four walls and a roof. Just come, whatever.
Yeah, I actually think that'd be really interesting. I love that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Mine is differentiating specific, like messaging it specific for a different target audience. Like you could say, like, hey, this one is for, like parents or something. So like they even might have a childcare there or something, but like making all their messaging towards someone that has a family, or like, hey, like tired of being need a space to get some work done, like while and And then you could really differentiate towards that target audience specifically. It's not super clear in my head yet, but I think there's room to play there.
Okay, what do you think about this? Because I had similar thoughts too before I went on the upper and lower end of the market. What if it was differentiate by the type of equipment and spaces needed by certain industries? For example, chemistry labs. So you could have co-working spaces for chemists and chemistry companies. So you could sublease out labs. Maybe that already exists, and maybe the model doesn't work. I'm sure that it might not. Or you could do dentists, like have chairs, you know. You could almost do what salons do, you know, where someone owns the salon and you just rent out the chairs. Someone can come in and cut your hair and you get a cut.
Maybe not dentists, because you need an office for that. But that did make me think salons. Like, yeah, maybe a hair cutting. Like you could, like if you were a single entrepreneur doing hair cutting and you needed a place to go do a haircut, like I could totally see that being a thing.
If you could find a market with like specific technical requirements in terms of like location and equipment, I'm not sure it would work, but it's an idea. It would, but if it did work, it would definitely differentiate you.
Yeah, you could even do like outdoor entrepreneurs, and you know, inside your place, you've got a rock climbing wall, and you've got I don't know, just some like. Go really hard towards a specific target audience.
Interesting. So, yeah.
I think those. I don't know. I think that differentiation could really go somewhere.
Agreed. Real fast, let's take a look at if they're consistent or not. So if we go to WeWork's Instagram page, what do we say? Their bio says, for all the ways you work. Okay.
That's so vague.
That's so vague. Definitely. Well, zero on clarity, 0 on differentiation, at least on their Instagram page. What about spaces? What do you think? Let's see here. Spaces. Whoops. Works. Spaces works. Okay. Here is Spaces Instagram page. Making your work days feel a little brighter and your community a lot bigger. Find collaborative workspaces near you to transform your work life. They're better on clarity, collaborative workspaces. They just clearly say what it is, so I'm chilling the clarity. But differentiation, no.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, let's pass judgment, Daryl Merrill. Give them your scores. I've already given zeros on differentiation.
Yeah, for both of them, I completely agree. For clarity, I would say Spaces was a bit better on clarity, so I'll give them 3 on clarity, and WeWork a 2. So they each final scores get a 3 and a 2 because they got zeros on differentiation.
Gotcha. I would give Spaces a 4. I felt like their Instagram and their website were a little bit more descriptive. But yeah, I mean, basically same score. They suck at, there's no difference. There's absolutely no difference between Spaces and literally, like, even if you just tried to do like the differentiation via location, like Quick Quack Car Wash did, like Spaces and WeWork, like I could see the WeWork building in Lehi, Utah from the Spaces building where we were at. Like there's no, there's no difference.
Yeah. Completely agree. Yeah, they're all normally like in a city, right? Like kind of where other people are, like,
right.
Like consistent.
If you have this disturbing sense that wakes you up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat that you and your company are indeed not different from the companies you're competing with, go to protagonistcomms.co and order a message audit. We'll actually tell you if that's the case, and you can continue to not sleep at night, or we'll tell you that you're a little bit more different than you think and you're communicating it well and you can sleep better at night. So either, order a message audit, maybe you'll sleep a little bit better. Let's go to protagonistcomms.co and we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks guys. Bye.